welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So this video I'm just going to be kind of going over what I did at the auto show in Toronto. And the reason why I was there is because a friend of mine actually has a booth there that has a lot of nostalgia. So as you can see, I'm just kind of panning around just to kind of show you what's going on there. Obviously it's an auto show, so there's tons of great cars. Even this retro-inspired one, I just had to take a little video of this one. I just thought this would look kind of cool, because this is kind of a retro theme that I'm doing here. But as I was saying, a friend of mine, he has a booth there. So anyways, yeah, this was another cool thing that actually happened. They have this obstacle course kind of thing at the Jeep exhibit, and we went on this. They put you in this Jeep and they drive you on this track. This obstacle track, and you go to like right here at 30-degree angles, and I tried to hold the camera steady so you could actually see what was going on here, but yeah, it was kind of cool. We've been to the auto show before and we've never had this kind of experience. It was like a live demonstration where you actually get to sit in the Jeep. They're electric vehicles too. They weren't running gasoline or anything like that. They're electric Jeeps. But this was really interesting. It was really kind of a bumpy ride, but when you're watching it from the audience, you're kind of like, wow, like how does that Jeep not tip over? And even my daughter was kind of scared to get in there. And I said, it's gonna be fine. Everything will be okay. And we kind of went through it, and these stairs were really bumpy. I could really feel the car movement. You can see the cameras going kind of nuts. And that's about as steady as I could hold the camera as we were going up the stairs there. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun experience. There's a bunch of new stuff that we got to do at this year's auto show. But anyways, yeah, as I was saying, we really wanted to see these exhibits, so we went to the Hot Wheels exhibit, and this was the car one of the cars that they were showing off that was. These cars were made as Hot Wheels and then made into real cars, like this Darth Vader one here. I remember actually seeing this on the news. The guy who designed this, he got to actually build the real car as well as the little mini car for the Hot Wheels. I thought that looked really cool. We also went to there's a Toys R Us room as well, because we still have Toys R Us here in Canada. Unfortunately, in America, they don't have Toys R Us anymore, at least as far as I don't, So we were looking at the Hot Wheels booth, and there was a bunch of these Hot Wheels that really look cool. Some of them I actually recognized. I probably even still have them, like that Trans Am there, the black Trans Am with the Firebird logo. I think it was a Trans Am. Anyway, so this is the room, the Oblivion car show. So Oblivion, they do a car show. Like a whole show every year, and it's hosted by Wells Auto. He's the guy who actually fixes DeLoreans for a living, which is cool. I actually know him for a while now. He's the guy that fixes my car, my DeLorean. And funny enough, we ended up we actually went to the same school together, and I didn't even know him at the time. And he saw my DeLorean parked there, so he when he first saw me, he's like, wow, I recognized your car. Anyways, yeah, so I went in and was looking at some of the the boom boxes and some of the memorabilia stuff that they have on display there. Like you can see, there's the Back to the Future, there was Krull, there was a bunch of movies that just were nice 80s nostalgia stuff there, and just the record player right there. I mean, I remember having a setup like that when I was a kid. And then there was like a lot of, in the background there, like this, obviously the Jurassic Park mobile. But in the background, you can see there's a lot of like toy sets that are in box. And, over here he has the time machine from Back to the Future, and a lot of cereal boxes. Like everything you could possibly think of nostalgia was at this room. So I was trying to do a really good look at the time machine. It was crowded there, so a lot of people. It was really hard to get good video shots, because I wanted to kind of stand back, but then people kept walking in front of me, and So I had to do really close-ups, which, isn't always the greatest, but and I was trying to show off some of the cereal boxes there as well. A lot of good stuff. I remember a lot of memories eating a lot of those different cereals. Kind of miss them. So there I got the front of the DeLorean. I actually know the guy who made that car. He actually went to Florida, I believe he said, to meet the original designers of the car from the movie and got tips on how to make his. And so I was looking again at some of the nice board games they got there. There's the Pac-Man, the Zaxxon, Fireball Island. That's like one of my favorite board games from when I was a kid. I kind of wish I still had it. The thing's massive though. The box is huge, a lot of parts to it, but really fun game. There's like an E.T. board game there, Addams Family board game. Like a lot of these I've never even seen before. There's the front of the DeLorean. I was able to get a little bit of a good shot there. The people kind of cleared out for a second. So I was able to get in there. So anyways, so this is the arcade portion. So as you can see, he's got a nice 80s backdrop there. And so what it is it's like the one part of the room they kind of sectioned off that you can go in there and play some actual classic arcade games. So I just, so he let us in and I was walking around and it gave me that whole feeling of, this is awesome. I miss these arcades. Like, I know in America they have these a little bit more than they do here where I am anyways. The only arcades we have now are the ones that you go in, you play a game and then you win a ticket. Like it's not even games half the time. It's not even video games. But this was cool to see. I mean, the Tetris machine, two-player Tetris as well. I mean, I didn't play lots of them here. We played a few. We also tried to do a little bit of a retro setup here with like he's using the flashback systems just because it was much easier. So they had like the Atari flashback. They had the Commodore C64 flashback, PlayStation, just all different kinds of video game systems hooked up to classic CRT TVs. Some of them had the the VCRs on top, just to really give it that feel. And over here there was a Kangaroo. I forgot to play that one. I saw it there and I wanted to play it and then I forgot because I was busy trying to take as much video as I could. And there was like a few games that I did play. There's a Rampage machine. And so basically you pay the admission cost. It was like $5 and it's unlimited play. So you don't have to be putting quarters in these things to play them. You play for unlimited time. I think that's the best way to do these retro type arcades nowadays. Just pay a fee and then you just play all day. You play in a few hours or whatever, and then obviously this is part of the car show, so it's not you're not going to be here all day. You're just kind of popping in to play a couple of retro games like 1943, and then you kind of go back on your way to the car show. Now this was really cool. They had a Donkey Kong 3 machine. I don't think I've ever seen a Donkey Kong 3 machine before. I've only really exposed to this game from the Nintendo NES. So this was actually cool to see that. Donkey Kong 3. Not one of my favorite games, not really, especially out of the Donkey Kong series, but it is Donkey Kong anyways. There was a Punch-Out machine. I almost was going to play that. And the creepy Chuck E. Cheese head, I remember having a conversation with him afterwards, and he was like, oh, Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, there's me playing Yours Revenge with the Atari flashback. I just thought, this would be fun. I just kind of picked a game quickly and just started playing, and I just switched over here to Frogger, and I'm like, yeah, some classic Atari, really cool. I didn't check out the 64 mini, but that's okay. Like I said, this was the auto show, so we already were walking around for a few hours. So anyways, so I finally got to play on a Donkey Kong machine. And this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. I mean, I don't even remember. I was probably a little kid the last time I actually played on a real Donkey Kong machine. So as soon as I got it, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, I gotta play that. And I ended up playing. Again, I didn't play for very long. I didn't want to sit there all day. It's, like I said, it's in the middle of the auto show. I'm with my family. I'm wearing my winter coat and everything, so because you know it's winter time when I'm filming this, and we're all like tired and hot, and I was just like, I just had to play it just for the experience. And that was my daughter's giving the thumbs up. She's doing the recording. I just had to give her the camera and be like, you gotta film me playing Donkey Kong at least for a bit, because I don't know when I'll be able to see this arcade game again. Like we don't get these arcades anymore. So anyways, after that, I just kind of finished up the rest of the room. Just that's their flyer there, the Oblivion flyer. I just wanted to see what else they had in the display areas. There was so much to look at, and apparently the guy that owns all this stuff, from what my friend told me from Wells Auto, he said that this is only about 1/8 of the stuff that this guy has. So we only got to see, like, you know, a little bit. Like there's Teddy Ruxpin, and I love those old Coleco arcades. That was cool too. I was looking at those. There's the GoBots stuff, Q*bert, lots of Q*bert and Pac-Man memorabilia. Toys that I haven't seen in so long is, like, you know, the A-Team, like and Dick Tracy. I still have some of my Dick Tracy figures actually, but that was kind of cool seeing those in there. And there was a Voltron. Voltron was always cool. Some Cabbage Patch. I think everybody had a Cabbage Patch in the 80s. That was like mandatory for kids. And even the Beetlejuice toys, I remember seeing those in the store, and I never bought any of them, but I always thought they were cool. I always looked at them, and obviously it was around the time when the cartoon was out, but these mimicked more of the movie than the cartoon. But still, I mean, they look awesome. They really look like the actual characters from the movie. And then there was a Dune, but yeah, so that was just me playing around at the auto show. I just wanted to show it off, and let me know what you think. I'll put some links down below. Talk to you later.